You are my front wheel skids. I've had to get myself out of the ice. Take myself for a fucking long walk. See if I can get fit. Oh mate, I've been watching the dramas unfold, and do you know what? I think there's I think the drama got a bit, you know, when it hit extraordinary heights of when you had the Sava broadcast fucking come on, and you had, what was it, 35 minutes of people in the chat calling another content creator a coward, and he won't come on, vilifying that person in the chat, all while the content creator stirring the shit pot. Don't say you weren't, it's your show. You know, you could have quite easily turned off the chat. Same as when people delete their shows, they can quite easily not delete their shows. It takes 2 clicks to delete a show. And got young boys playing cricket over there, man. Maybe I should get into cricket more and less football, because the football channels and the Spurs channels, it just ain't cricket, is it? You know, at least that's fairer sport, or should we say fairer commentary, fairer punditry, if that's what you want to call it. I don't agree with calling themselves pundits either. None of them have actually played in the Premiership as such. You're just Joe Public talking about football. Simple as that. Same as I am. But I've got experience in being a viewer. So, Johnny Reviews. You ain't gonna knock that one. You can't vilify me for that one, can you? The old, it ain't on the tip of my tongue today. The old catchphrase. Say what you see. Well, do you know what? Here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing absolutely thousands. Well, I don't know if they're actually real or are they sub-bots. Thousands of subbers subbing to a channel where the host, the primary host, has slagged off a disabled child and his father, and then followed it up. Oh, sorry, previous to that, they was doxing a female. Then they followed it up with narcissistic behaviour beyond suit. That's a wonder of modern technology, isn't it? Someone can absolutely believe in their parasocial aspects of being a subscriber to one of these channels. But as I said, I don't think a lot of the actual subscribers are actually compass mentors or actually real. I did get a guy on my YouTube the other week live. I've still got the live there. I've not released it or anything. I've always privatised my lives. I'm not feeding into this analytics or the money orientation on it. But he was a content creator who appears with that man. Let's not call him a man. Let's call him that thing appears with that thing, and he actually said in the chat, none of them people are his friends. They're just people he knows from YouTube. You know, that's a fair comment, because I'm glad one person's got a free mind. But then again, why would you want to associate your face with someone who's that horrible? Come on, lad, chin up. You don't need them. Your channel would probably get a lot further if you didn't appear with them. It really would. You know, because then people think, oh, this geezer, he actually fucking practices what he preaches. He don't care. He really don't care about these people. And he's shown it now, you know, shown balls out and all. And to be that other content creator, no names mentioned, but his eyes are slightly closer together than mine when you see him on screen. I don't know how else to distinguish him, other than he's the most patronising and condescending channel that has come out of Spurs. Well, that's another one. He affiliates himself with the same person who slaughters disabled child and father, doxes females. Has been horrible to quite a few females. Even some of the lovely channels will tell you how much it's been horrible to them. You know, you've probably heard it off of a few different channels from a few different females. You've probably seen it yourself on Twitter when he's vilified another female on Twitter. And yeah, how can they be associated with people like that, to be honest with you? You know, that's the long and short of this video. Association, you know. Are you guilty by association? Well, in certain circumstances, you can't be held for the sins of your father or the sins of your grandfather, because otherwise I'd be in prison. You know, for the sins of my grandfathers and great-grandfathers. But you can help yourself by not having this guilt by association with people, can't you? You can thoroughly do that. You don't have to be on the same platform as these people, because they've both got to the plateau of their YouTube career, right? Let's face it. Without buying subs, without doing anything else, the creativity's come to a plateau, right? And your plateau, well, it was nothing anyway, was it? It was just sitting in front of a camera, giving you two pennies worth. As I said, neither of them have been Premiership footballers or had anything to do with a Premiership. Even First Division, Second Division, Third Division. You know, maybe one of them might have coached children, but I tell you what, who can't coach a child into a sport? You know, that's and the other one, well, the only coach he's ever been on is a grey hand coach or a grey green coach, isn't it? You know what I mean? So with all that, is it worth sitting with them? Is it worth doing that thing? Is it does the ego have to get fed that often that you've got to sit with these people? And guilt by association, because tarred with the same brush, that's another analogy, isn't it? You know, I don't think you do. It's terrible. It's just nasty, isn't it? You've got nasty people, and now when someone does call them out, and fair dues, he has called them out. Hotspur has called them out. They want to vilify him with absolute lies in posts on their channels, when one of the guys has got a channel with another was it 6 people he shares the screen with. We won't get onto them people in this video. We could save that content for another 2-hour special, couldn't we? Fuck you. Don't feed into the analytics. But yeah, the posts are amazing. Absolutely lies about a geezer who's the most anti-racist person I'll probably know. Well, one of the most anti-racist people I probably know on YouTube. You know, you don't feed into none of your bullshit goading, and he says it how it is, doesn't he? And if you don't like the word cunt, then I'm afraid to tell you, you're fucking English, bruv. If you don't like the word cunt, what are you doing living in fucking England, mate? It's every cunt uses the word cunt. You know what I mean? Regardless. Especially where you come from. One of you comes from North London, and the man who moaned about it the most comes from fucking South London, where that's all people say, you know. It's beyond me why you have to call someone out for that, other than to vilify them, you know, to make up bullshit, because that's how you think it goes in the YouTube world, don't you? You know what I mean? You've got to belittle someone. So there's nothing to really belittle them with. Let's belittle them with the language they're using. Apart from the fact that he's from fucking Australia, and every cunt in Australia uses the word cunt. You know? So you can't complain about the word cunt. Did you count how many cunts I just said in that sentence? I hope so, because you belittled the geezer by counting the word out last time. Maybe you can count the word out this time, can't you? When I've called you a cunt as well. So, there you go. That's 2 people that's called you cunt more than 11 times. But who's counting, eh? Cunt? Right, now we've got that out of the way. What's the actual point of this fucking video? Well, I was just doing a review of YouTube and all the dramas in the past week, and yeah, I just noticed the amount of absolute shit that goes on regarding the fucking the background of everything else. And fucking shit like that, man. You know, it's do you know what? I've seen criminals behave better than yous lot. And not as two-faced either. Well, mind you, I don't think you would have made it in them. I don't think if you were born where I was born, I don't think you would have made it past your teens, to be honest with you. You're a bunch of city bollockses, you know what I mean? I don't think there's much else to say about it, so, except for guilt by association is sort of ramping up now, isn't it? Or maybe we could mention the trolling that everyone seems to have stepped over in all this business. When I'm getting well, I was getting trolled by your clique or your friend's clique, and did I appreciate that trolling? No, not really. You speak about mental health, and it's disingenuous. It's almost on the bullying side of mental health, what you fuckers have done to me. And thank God that I kept after the first 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I've been taking screenshots of everything that's happened. I've also been taking note of all the same people in the chat, you know, that were trolling other people's chat, and then they go and sit in other communities like Butterwater Melt in their mouth. I ain't playing games. I'm not playing stupid games with people. If I've got the hump with you, I've got your phone number and I will phone you up. Even then, when you do talk man to man, you get screamed at, you know, like the guy I phoned up. I'm not going to dig his name out, or even though he does deserve his name to be dug out, but I think that's the most funniest thing and hypocritical thing that I've seen, was when you phone someone up man to man, they scream like a banshee and then slam the phone down after 2.5 minutes of it, so you can't fight your own corner back. That's just bullshit. That's one of the most cowardice things I've ever seen in my life. And fair play. That's God's way of telling me, don't bother with a cunt. You know what I mean? The same as don't bother with. This is what people should take heeding. Right? When someone does something horrible, that's God's way of telling you not to bother with a cunt. But you've not took that advice. Most of you people who watch this, and there's not a Johnny subscriber, but you're watching it just for the drama content of it all and what's Johnny saying about them, while subscribing to these vile people. Then it's you people. You want to sort your lives out. I'm not telling you to find a religion or anything like that. Come on, lad, that's not my job. But what I am telling you is to use your free brain. You know, these people are vile. I don't care what anybody says and excuses for them. There's no excuses for them. That's what I'm saying. The guilt by association is it's like they're doing it on purpose. They start the dramas, they give it for the last, I mean, let's take it back 2 to 3 years, you know, and the manipulation of them all against other people. Hopefully other people will see what's going on and start opening their mouths, so you could well see more and more videos, especially with the Football League stopping very soon, and there's going to be no content. So I'd like to give everyone a bit of an idea here, a little bit of a creative input. Why don't you start doing a bit of drama video and actuating and doing something positive by vilifying these people back, what they've done to other people, you know? And it's time to fight back against them, the bullshit now. You know, it's not nice to watch any of it going on, you know? But I think it's all got to come, everything comes to a head, doesn't it? You know? And it's time everything comes to a head. It's time for it all to get everything out in the open and let viewers make up their minds about these sorts of people, you know? And then you can all take your sides properly, instead of only knowing half a story and then trolling everybody else. In fact, there's so many half stories that are told on YouTube that you just don't know the full story too. And most of the stories, I know the full story too, and I can't say nothing because it don't involve me. It don't involve, I'm in no position. But they're all half stories. You only ever hear half of a story. He who shouts louder, he who's got the most subs, you only ever hear half of a story. And I think it's time some of these creators start telling the full stories and the full truth about these people. Then you will see where Paul's coming from. Then you will see where Jacob's coming from. Then you will see where a multitude of these other content creators who stayed silent. The only reason they've stayed silent is for fear of screwing up their own channels, because that was what the other content creators have wanted. That's what they've always wanted. Look at it like this. They didn't want competition, so that's why they've been underhanded. You know, no one wants competition in YouTube, do they? You know, especially if you're one of these big subscribers, no one wants competition. They all want to be the lone survivor, don't they? No? Don't you understand that? I think the longer that you just keep doing it on YouTube, I think more and more people will realise the fact that it's all about, it was never about being friends with anyone. It was all about competition and playing the long game, you know. Mind you, some of you that have played the long game so much, you should have just got yourself a proper job and a trade, and you'd have been a lot richer by now, instead of sitting indoors on your arseholes doing fuck all. You know, that's the long and short of it. All this thinking that you're going to be a YouTube millionaire from sitting on your arsehole, when you could have been working, you know. Even stacking shelves in Waitrose would have got you more money per annum than YouTube if you had it all up. So that's how clever you are. You're not economically clever. Have a good day. Take care. Or do you want to walk through the forest with me? Or as I call it, Muggers Alley. You know what I mean? With me 1,500 quid phone. That'd be the piece de resistance.